Hey, what's up guys? It's me again, doing another collection video. Michael the TwoPly tagged me and asked me to do another collection video. He recently posted a really good one. He has an amazing NECA collection, and especially NECA Aliens collection. So go check that out. I will leave a link to his video in the description of this video. And this is just a panned out view of my shelves. We'll go through each section of it. But I'm going to start over at my desk. Here's my desk. I do keep a few things on display on my desk. It's the holiday season, so I decorated for Christmas with my NECA Clark Griswold. I just got him out today, actually. Behind him is this Diamond Select Deadpool statue. And that is actually one of the pieces that I am most proud of because it was all just flat gray pieces when I got it. It had to be assembled and painted, which I did. Probably spent a whole day doing that, and I was just always really proud of the way it came out. Behind it, I have some of the Funko Pops that I keep in the boxes. Some Walmart exclusives, a Pop in the Box exclusive. And a bunch of those Venomized Pops that I recently done videos on. Scored that Walmart exclusive Venomized Ghost Rider. Really dig that one. Other than that, on my desk, there's my monitor that I game on. My PS4 is what those things are sitting on. There's my diorama back there. That's what I film all my reviews on. There is another diorama over in the corner that I made that I take some pics on. Now in my desk, I do have stuff in like every drawer that pertains to my collection and reviews and stuff. A lot of diorama pieces. That's pretty much what's in every drawer, diorama pieces. This drawer here holds most of my larger diorama pieces. Got some 1/12 scale motorcycles, guitars, ladders, pallets, fire, rocks, all kinds of stuff in there. The other drawers is paint and where I keep my camera. This drawer, we got some 1/12 scale arcade machines. I'm thinking about incorporating those on my display over there. Those would be good for like my Stranger Things figures. And they're really cool. They don't need to be cooped up in this cabinet any longer. And here's a drawer full of heads and hands.
Shut that blasted drawer, the light is killing me.
Okay, sorry, jeez. And here's a bunch of other accessory pieces that come with figures. Webs, boxes of donuts, huge Groot hands. So most people use desks for working. I use them for gaming and collecting and YouTubing and fun stuff. Okay, then up top on my shelves, we have all my mystery minis. 95% of these are Funko Mystery Minis. I'm a huge Funko Mystery Mini fan. I like the Mystery Minis way better than I like the Funko Pops. Just a personal preference. Just like that they're so small and cute and collectible. I want them all, for the most part. Those aren't Mystery Minis, the little Nintendo cartridges. Those are from Squid Ink. Really liked those though. Some Fallout Mystery Minis. I recently opened some of them. I actually went back in my Walmart and got 2 more of these Sentry Bots because I just thought it'd be cool to have several of them. Plus they were very easy to pick out in the cases. Lord of the Rings Mystery Minis, DC, huge Groot legs that lead up to a giant knockoff Hot Toys Groot with a tiny little rocket raccoon in his hand. Aren't they just adorable? On down my Mystery Minis, you have the Stranger Things series back there. One of my favorite little Funko displays is this Pocket Pop going all the way up to a 6-inch pop and everything in between. I came up with that all by myself. Aren't I smart? But I just thought it made it look like Ant-Man was either growing or shrinking. And then all my Marvel Mystery Minis. Some very common ones in there. Some kind of rare ones. You got Hulkbuster with Hulk trapped in a cage up there. One of my favorites is that new Mark 50. Now, before I go on to the real meat and taters of my collection, my main shelves, I will warn you that I haven't dusted in a while. If you're also a collector, you know that dusting sucks. I got several hundred pieces on these shelves that all have to be moved when I clean this. But anyway, my very bottom right shelf is kind of barren. A few Funko Pops, The Witcher, Some little figures from loot crates. Up one, I got some NECA figures, a McFarlane figure. I really like that Claptrap and the Crash Bandicoot. A couple really cool figures. In the back, you have a Slimer and some 6-inch Funko Pops. Then kind of randomly stuck in there, you have a 1000 Toys synthetic human. Up a shelf, you have some Lord of the Rings letter openers. A couple army helmets that my son put up there that he had actually gotten. Final Fantasy swords, an invisible Bilbo. Next row over, down on the bottom, we have a bunch of random Funko Pops, some Fallout, some DC, a Toasted Monkey Bomb. Then up one again, we have my NECA figures along with a couple McFarlane figures. They're all 7-inch scale. You do have a Sub-Zero in the back by Mezco. He's actually 6-inch scale. RoboCop peeking out in the back. Stranger Things figures are by McFarlane, and they're kind of horrible, but it's really the only Stranger Things figures we got, so I bought them. The NECA Kratos from God of War 4 is an absolute amazing masterpiece of a figure to go along with the masterpiece of a game. Up one, a shelf that I will probably box up next time I clean is my Star Wars Funko Pops. I have recently been buying up some Star Wars SH Figuarts figures, so we'll probably have a send-off of these guys for them. Down and over one, once again, we have some cool Funko Pop pairings like Ren and Stimpy, Tom Servo, and Crow from Mystery Science Theater 3000, 11 and a Demogorgon, and Shenron and some DBZ Funko Mystery Minis. Up one, we have my DC collection of figures. In the back is DC Collectibles from the Arkham series of games. Those are all 7-inch scale. Up front is SH Figuarts and Mezco 6-inch scale. I have a real problem with those Mezco figures and the head. The head just falls off on them. I don't know if I just got lucky and got like 3 Mezco figures that the heads just fall off super easy, but they do. Up another one of my favorite shelves is my Dragon Ball Z shelf. Got that Battle Damage Gohan, which I added all the blood to because SH Figuarts has some reservations when splattering blood on their figures for some reason. One of my most recent ones is in the front there with the Master Roshi. That's my Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku with the power pole that I made because I wasn't going to buy one. That Shenron is just as good as the regular one, but it is actually a knockoff. You would not know it by looking at it. Back down to the bottom, we have Mezco Hellboy figures. These figures are not the greatest, but for their time, they were really, really great, actually. The head sculpts on them are really on point. The actual Hellboy figure is pretty spot on. The only problem with him is like some loose legs. The other ones, not so much. Head sculpts are pretty good on them. I do like the little baby Hellboy too. Then up one is my drug dealer shelf. This is the Mezco Breaking Bad statues. I think they called them action figures, but they are not articulated in any way whatsoever. They're statues. But I do really, really like those little statues, as we did not get any Breaking Bad articulated figures, so happy with what we got. Really wish they would have followed through on that mic they showed a few years ago, but I emailed them and apparently we're not going to get that. I do have a couple Breaking Bad Funko Pops back there as well, along with the crystal ship. Then up a shelf from that holds one of my favorite all-time figures, the Mafex Hulkbuster. It's a huge figure and I absolutely love it. Never had one regret on purchasing that. It's a figure that I still glance over at a couple times a day and think, damn, that's awesome. Behind him you have the Marvel Select Hulk. That's an old Hasbro Ironmonger that I actually repainted, brought new life to it. Over and down once again we have some more Funko Pops. I always say that I'm not a huge Funko Pop collector, but then I look over at my shelves and see tons of Funko Pops and hang my head in shame because I'm a liar. But there's some good ones in there, some exclusives like that Comic-Con Iron Man Mark I, the Hulkbuster, the Comic-Con Tony Stark holding the helmet. If you didn't know this by now, I'm a big Iron Man fan. But up one more is the shelf I spoke of when I showed the Star Wars Funko Pops. These are the SH Figuarts Star Wars figures I've been purchasing. Han seems to be missing his blaster. I'm going to have to locate that. It will aggravate me to death. I actually see it under them skulls, so I'm good. The most recent purchase on these was actually that Anakin figure. They did a really good job on it. Darth Maul, super cool. Yeah, I really prefer actual action figures over Funko Pops. Sometimes Funko's the only ones putting out something collectible for a franchise though. Now, up one more has to be my favorite overall shelf of all of my shelves. And yes, it's embarrassingly dusty, but let's overlook that for now and pretend that it's not. This is my Iron Man shelf. There's about a dozen Iron Man figures in there. Again, 95% is SH Figuarts. The comic Hulkbuster in the back is Marvel Select. The one hanging on the chains is Figma. I did not like it, so I ripped its legs off to make that workshop diorama. And that's not all the Iron Man figures I have. That's just the ones in this shelf. But I really like that Mark II. One of my favorites is the Mark V. I always liked the suitcase armor. So just know that I really love that shelf. Now, the bottom left shelf in my collection has the Revoltech Wolverine, the Revoltech Spider-Man. Got some Marvel Select figures in the back that you can't really see. Let me adjust my light. That's not a whole lot better, but let me zoom in. Okay, there they are. You have the Destroyer and Thanos. Those are both Marvel Select. That Deadpool there is Figma. And up one shelf from that is some SH Figuarts, Avengers, Infinity War figures. Got that Mark 50, the Iron Spider, Captain America, and Thanos. Those are all SH Figuarts. Then behind them you actually have several Comic-Cave Iron Man figures. A lot of those are actually die-cast, really well sculpted and painted figures. Love that Igor figure. And my final shelf is my Avengers shelf. At this point, I guess I need to kind of separate it between Avengers, Infinity War, and Avengers Age of Ultron. Right now they're kind of mixed up. There's that SH Figuarts Infinity War Black Widow. Absolute amazing figure. That head sculpt is spot on. Really dug that figure. The old Captain America, Rocket and Groot, Star-Lord. Got a knockoff Black Panther with his face in Iron Man's leg. Ant-Man, Ultron. Yeah, just all kinds of cool Avengers figures. I really don't like that Thor. Just look at that dumb face they put on it. That's an SH Figuarts figure. Everything else on the figure is pretty good except for that face, along with that hair, and that huge crapping plastic cape. I hate those stupid plastic capes. I want to take every plastic cape in the world and burn it. But they're doing an Infinity War Thor. I can't wait to get that one because I really need a replacement for that Thor. Okay, so that has been an updated look at my collection. Thanks, Michael to TwoPly, for tagging me. But that is all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.